I'm so excited to interview Lucia. Is it Lucie or Lucia?
It's Lucy. It's Lucy spelled the French way.
Okay, Lucy, thank you. And I love your story of courage, of
Resiliency.
persistence, resilience, and a commitment as a lifelong learner of being eager to
Yeah.
step into the unknown, to create the life that you absolutely love and the business that you love. So, um, let me just ask you a few questions about that. So, what was it that I know you had a big life altering transformation and transition a couple
hmm
times that you pivoted, but what was it? What were those internal resources that you tapped into when you decided to stop being a victim and step up to really be this love inspired leader in your life? What is it that you tapped into?
Well, you know what? I went within. First thing I said to myself, why would I want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with me? There's number one. That opened up the first door. It was like, Lucy, let's be realistic about this. It is what it is. And then my thought was, I am so young. I have so much to give. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to be open to the universe. And look what happened, came to me. I was just open. I put my thoughts out there. I put my wish and emotions out there. And I went, let's go for it. And before I knew it, this person was popping up in my life, and this person was popping up in my life. And I'm going, which direction am I going? I'm just going to go down this until I'm supposed to pivot and go down this other road. And I just was very open,
Yeah.
you know, to whatever was going to come my way.
Well, and I think that's one of the keys. This key is very significant to me, but uh, that's one of the absolute keys to transforming your life or your business, which is to have an open mind, an open heart,
Right.
and an open spirit. And you had that. That's
I
when
did.
what I believe in God or the universe or the highest powers that be, or what is, whatever you want to call it, source, the divine, is I believe that we're given gifts.
Yep.
When we keep that perspective, when we let go of being a victim, that the world has done it to me, the world, everything that happens is for us. And
It's for us.
I'm inspired by that part of your journey. And I mean, you're no spring chicken either. I mean,
No.
make that transition. Are you willing to share your wisdom years with the audience?
Well, the thing is that, I have this ageless mindset, for
Yes.
one thing. Here I'm 4 months away from turning 80, and I don't even feel that. I don't even feel that. I wouldn't even know what my age was if people hadn't picked up on it and go, "What? You're 70? What? You're 75? What? You're 77?" And I'll go, What's going on?" It's like, everybody's tuning in on my age, and all of a sudden I'm having to tune in on my age, and I'm going, well, okay, I can see where I could be a model because I have a lot of energy, I have a lot of thoughts, I have a lot of dreams. You're always reinventing yourself. You do until you're either growing or you're going the other way. So the great alternative is not there for me. So the other alternative. So for me, it was because I love to grow, I love to learn, even this Tony Robbins helped me with this, with the techie stuff, because I was getting so overwhelmed. And he said, I have a bit of advice for those of you who are overwhelmed by tech. Be in that child's mind, be curious about it. And so now when I have a techie issue, I'm going, oh, what am I to learn here? Oh, just let me learn a little bit at a time, and have that mind of a child, you know. And so
Curiosity.
along the way, I had a lot of good coaches. And so you can't do it alone, is what I'm going to say to
Oh,
anybody.
oh, I'm with you so much
Yeah.
right now. And I have this philosophy that a lady who is 87 gave
hmm
me this key when I was 18. It's called think above the line. It's everything
Wow.
I stand for, and I've lived by. The number one thing is curiosity, and you just said it. It is being curious, having that
hmm
wonder. I wonder
Right.
what the solution is. I wonder what I can learn. I
Hmm.
wonder who I'm going to meet.
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
feel your energy in this podcast because you live this, don't you?
Right, exactly. Every day,
Yeah. And
actually.
and how much vitality, purpose, and passion just having that mindset contribute to you, do you think?
But oh, you so much. I'll tell you, I started this, I started this 2025 full of life, full of enthusiasm. This is the year I'm going to thrive. Do you know that I was sick for 6 weeks and I'm going, what's going on here? Why am I so sick? And and I thought, is this the end? Is this what the universe wants for me? Again, going, but I think it was a message to stand back, to pause, to do away with the extras, the things that really don't enhance my situation or my being or my becoming, and be more discerning.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, 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 you have so much wisdom. I just love it. I just want the audience to really grasp what you just said, what I'm being and what I'm becoming. Now,
Right.
mark that. Remember that statement because it's the truth. And you made a decision when you stepped back and you took a 10,000-foot view of your life and thought,
Mhm.
what do I need to let go of to lead myself forward? What do I need to release? And what do I need to be discerning about
Yeah.
to have more of a simplified life and business? Because when you become mature, like us, it's a decision.
Right.
It is. And uh,
I love your term matured, and it puts a smile on my face. I live in Mexico, and I'm an expat living in Mexico, and people think I'm adventurous. Well, I've always traveled a lot, so I've always loved other cultures. But the thing that I want to, the point that I want to make here is that the Mexicans always talk about older people as being mature. Oh,
oh,
she's matured.
right.
Is she an older person? Oh, yes, she's a matured person.
Yeah.
I love that.
There's these gifts from grace that I call it. And as you mature as a human being, not a human doing,
Yeah.
that is when we come more in alignment with what matters most. And getting sick allowed you that space for grace to think, to
Yep.
observe, to redecide, recalibrate. And
Yep.
tell me how your life was different as a love inspired leader in your own life and business. How is it different when you came back into the weave of contributing from your highest self and everything that you do? How is it different?
Well, I knew that it had to be different for one thing. And of course, my eyes and ears were open, and I thought, well, I need the guidance here. But I think it's when I started my podcast, when I thought, interviewing for me was always the greatest part of my, I want to say my position. I'm the community builder for Launch Lab Academy. I have three teammates who are basically coaches, but they've done a lot of the teaching that we have in our program. But we're also pivoting. All of us are pivoting, and so it's just an extra thing for me, the extra gear. It's like, okay, where's my gear here? Where am I going to fit here? Well, I'm going to hold on to the podcast because that's what I love to do the most. That's how I serve the most. That's how I'm connected with people the most. And I'll find a way to monetize that, and I have. But it's not that it's bringing me a lot of money, but it's bringing me a lot of I'm honored. I'm honored to be in the presence of these people who have inspiring lives and want to tell the world about it, and should impact the world with their knowledge and their expertise, you know,
And their wisdom and
and
their
their wisdom,
experience.
and taking that wisdom and making more income is perfect.
Well, it is, and so my dream is this, is that people in business realize that to be an really truly a love inspired leader is focusing on those things that matter most and
Right.
the places that you honor yourself and the people that you contribute to. And you are living that. Oh my goodness. I love what I do because I get inspired so much from people like you too.
Thank
I mean,
you.
isn't that the way the world is supposed to roll?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
truly is, and so the story of your journey, where has vulnerability showed up? Because I know that you surrendered to a lot of things. Uh, it's to be where you are, because I've lived it too. I understand intimately where you've been and where you are going and where you are. So I just want people to, have a taste of what it is to surrender, and the vulnerability that truly takes, and the courage to surrender to what is and do that pivot, hard right that I call it.
Mhm. You just have to, I think, the surrendering, the vulnerability is a tough one because we grew older, we were always taught not to be vulnerable. And so now we're pivoting that whole thing, and we're even seeing men being vulnerable. And I love that fact that people are being allowed and given permission to be vulnerable. So I think that takes a lot of the oomph, the oh my God, I'm afraid to be vulnerable. No, it takes a lot of that away because people want authentic people. They want to know that you're human. And so I used to be afraid to be vulnerable. I'm not anymore. I only know that my vulnerability will just help somebody else to be open up and to be vulnerable because we're really our authentic self and we are vulnerable, aren't we? Otherwise, we're
Yes,
wearing that mask or, we're, yeah, I don't have to explain it to you. It's like preaching to the choir.
you are. Hey, you got that right, girl. But as I matured, since we're talking about maturity too, is
Mhm.
I realized the power of vulnerability and being transparent and real and genuine. Uh, so, what was the hardest thing in being this leader that you are in your own community with other coaches in Mexico? What's been the one hardest thing that you lived through, that you really had to tap into that internal strength of character and faith?
Who am I and why do I think I can do this? It's like the imposter syndrome big time all along the way. It's like no, yes you can. No, you can't. Yes, you can. And it's never given up, you know. And it's I think that's very strong in me. I don't want to give up. I don't want to think that I can't do something. Or if you tell me I can't do it, I'm going to show you that I can. So it's that resiliency. It's that, don't tell me what I
I love
can't
your spirit. Oh my goodness. So
do.
all the listeners right now, take that on too. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
and
And that one of the best thing I ever learned, and I think I learned this from Russell Brunson, who is the founder of ClickFunnels. He says, I don't know why it hit me when I heard it. He said, you have to realize that you don't know everything in life. You're never going to know everything in life. So you may as well make or take the stand that if you don't know somebody, find somebody who does know it and release yourself from having to do what you don't want to do because we don't like to do certain things. So focus on the things you like to do. Hire somebody that will do the other things that you don't like to do that are time consuming. And that has released me in a lot of ways to, that's an important thing. My VA is important in that way because it releases me from, the yeah, all the
absolutely, I got a great story. So I decided I was going to release all those things that drained me,
Hmm.
frustrated me, that I went down a rabbit hole that I didn't want to do anymore, that I wasn't very good at, and that just drained my energy. So on
Right.
the left-hand side of the page, I made a love it list, drew a line in the page,
Hmm.
and then I made a let go list on the right-hand side. And I added to the both sides of the list as I tracked through my days for 3 weeks. And I made a complete description for my virtual assistant. She showed up in 3 weeks
Wow.
on an event that I led. And I said, "Who are you?" I said, "I think you're my virtual assistant angel I've been waiting for." And I've been working with her for 5 years.
Wow.
And she told me, she said, "Carolyn, I thought you were like a movie star." I said, "What? Are you kidding me?" But she is my virtual assistant angel. Now I get to exactly what you're saying, and that's what you did too. So I'm
Hmm.
inviting everybody here who's listening, create your love it list. On the other side, create your draining, frustrating, your let go to lead list, and watch the freedom, watch the universe
Yeah.
align for you with your clarity. Really know that you can let go and release all those things.
Yeah.
And then
Somebody
you get,
calls it a paper dump. I love it. Do the paper dump,
yeah, that's perfect. That's
Yeah, the brain.
absolutely perfect.
Hmm.
So, um, what is one message that whispers to you in your heart and soul and spirit? Because every one of us has this internal voice of wisdom when we slow down enough to listen, listen, listen. And to me, it's my guidance mechanism. It's that's why I'm creating this podcast too. I mean, I know you listen to yours. So what is the message it guides you with, within yourself to continue this mission, this purpose, this passion?
Well, one of the things is I don't like to give up with something I started, and I'm not very good at that because I'm not. Implementation is my big word this year, and I wanted to implement anything that I started. For me, I have to focus on things. And I've had to focus all my life, and I guess I'm ADHD, but when I went to school, nobody diagnosed that, and nobody knew what that was. And so I don't know how I got through school, but anyway, I can see how I transpose numbers and letters and go, "Yeah, I guess I am too." But the thing is, I've always relied on my intuition. My
Mm.
intuition has been my greatest intellect as far as I'm concerned. It's led me in all the right places, and I've always been listen to your gut, listen to your gut. And when I haven't, I've been sorry. And so, find that voice in you that knows best. Because we do know best. We do have all the answers. We have to slow down and listen. We have to listen to ourselves too.
We
Yeah,
do, and it's a voice that's loving and kind. It's
right,
not that voice that's demanding and loud.
right.
So thank you for that. I only guessed that with you, but I knew I was right. I'll just
Thank you.
okay. So you're a community leader, builder. What has I believe that it's impossible to do this alone. I love that you said that too. So if you're feeling alone in your business and your leadership, if you're feeling overwhelmed, there's answers out there. Be a part of a community, be part of a culture, be a part of a support system, because there's so much out there online right now. So, what what does being the leader that you are and supporting that community leadership contribute to you as a leader?
Well, for example, my whole team is pivoting. We're now getting into AI consulting. Obviously, it's a probably a time to do this, and we feel since we were changing our niche a little bit, going for the higher ticket, that we can't just ignore the artificial intelligence and how important it is for us to be able to use these tools to enhance our work, all right, not to replace it, but to enhance it. And so I want to get that across. That is that is still part of me. That's one part of me that I'm going to be supporting my team, and be the affiliate for them in the consulting. I'm not doing the consulting myself. I'm not the techie one. We all realize that. I'm the community leader. I love to connect people. I love to collaborate, and I love to network. And so I'm the right person to be out there doing it. Even and at my age, it's like, if holy God, cow, if I can do it at 80, then you certainly can at 60. I mean, let's wake up.
Okay, my last question, because we could honestly, I could just swim here for quite some time. I'll just tell you, is this one. What is your word of wisdom and advice to someone who is an entrepreneur out there, or a manager, a corporate leader that may be listening to this? That what is your recommendation in how to really position ourselves to be able to connect with people, to reach out, because you're a community builder. I mean, I see you as that also. So what is it that they can do to feel more confident in building meaningful relationships with other collaborators? Like, what's one of your key elements that you stand for?
Well, I think it's so appropriate at this time with artificial intelligence empowering everybody, but everybody's overwhelmed by it. That don't be overwhelmed. There's some, for example, my team is working at consulting. It's a whole program where you have to assess where you are, you have to assess where you're going, you have to know exactly what your budget is, and so, and then not only that, find somebody who will not only help you find the right tools, but help you implement it. And so find trustworthy people. I mean, there are people who are going to take advantage of this situation forever, and we know that. And so, that's part of the job that I will be doing. Certainly finding small businesses, medium businesses for my teammates so that we can do the consulting and the networking. And I think, it's important for people to know what they're good at.
Yeah.
And do what you're good at, and let somebody else do the other, or find somebody that is good at what you're not doing, and such as the VA. I mean, it's priceless.
Absolutely. And
You don't have to do this alone.
no, and you don't, and you don't have to do the things that you don't want to do. I mean, I'm just giving people permission. Really listen to us here.
Yeah.
We live this. And I have a system called the Aim High system. Activate your inspired mindset system. It's a step system. And one step in my system is value. You need to know the value that it stands for. And if you don't know it, ask the people you serve. Ask
Exactly.
the people that you work with. What is the core elements in the contribution that I make? What is the value? I am curious. What is it that you benefit from my service? So I invite people out there to interview 3 of your clients. They'll tell you. That's the truth. That's called truth marketing. And then you can weave that into AI and have some fun. I mean, there's so much opportunity for businesses out there right now. Thank you so much for allowing me to interview you. So also, we'll make sure that listeners can join you in the work that you do in really supporting businesses to not feel alone, to receive the support, the guidance that they need to get from where they are to where they want to be. So we'll make sure, Lucie, that we'll put all that information in.
Okay. Thank you. I'll make sure to get you my link tree.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. It's been a complete honor. And
it's my honor.
You feel like a soul sister to me, seriously. So
Absolutely.
Thank you for jumping on. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having interviewed me. That was delightful.
Thank you.